What's up, y'all? It's Revoked, and I'm here with another video. So there's 3 days, yes, I mean 3 days as of right now when I'm recording this, 3 days left of TikTok's lifespan here in the US. Now, there's half of the people in this country believing that it's a bad thing. Half of the people in this country think it's a good thing. Me personally, I think it can be both. It can definitely be both. It all depends on how you look at it. But overall, genuinely, me personally, I think it's a good thing because there are genuine security risks. But there are good things that TikTok has brought to this country, like helping and growing our GDP, to help people with their careers, all types of shit. They have benefited a lot of people in this country. But that doesn't take away from the fact that in recent years, since 2020, since Trump started with his whole thing going back and forth with TikTok, they have been caught collecting data in various ways, and it's just not ethical in our country, at least. From what I've seen last, TikTok has went to collecting biometrics data. Now, I don't know the severities of that, but that's what it's recently been. That's what I've seen. But overall, what our government doesn't want is them collecting our data, giving it over to China. They want it for themselves. It's just a whole thing. I'm not going to talk about all that, but it is what it is. I think it's a good thing that it's going to be gone because of all the general security risks that it poses to everybody. But, you know, that's just me. You feel however you feel. I feel how I feel. It is what it is. But it's not even the only thing. That app has not been good on anybody. I don't think it has benefited everybody across the country in a positive way whatsoever. Generally, it's been negative in terms of how easily OnlyFans chicks can promote their shit on that app, in terms of the dog shit music that comes off that app. And there's this, like, I would say, talentless music just going around. It's not really good music. There's no good music. It's all just a bunch of, I'm gonna call it TikTok music because that's just what it is. If TikTok wasn't an app, some of these artists wouldn't be in the spotlight that they're in, and that's just to say what it is. And that's not me hating, that's just a fact. That's my observation. It can't kill me for it, but that's the facts. Without that app, some people would not be where they're at, because some of their music is just ass, and that's just facts, my nigga. That shit's ass. You see me on Call of Duty, nigga, I ain't rapping. I'm not trying to compete. I ain't saying I'm good, but I'm saying when I listen to it, I'm a listener. So I got the right to judge it. Yeah, they put it out for me to judge. And I'm saying that shit's ass. It goes in the category of TikTok music. Now, after 4 years, I can say that I have been able to put together a good collective category in my mind of what can be stored as TikTok music when I hear it. That bullshit always goes in the category of TikTok music. I don't give a fuck. Next point, besides the TikTok music, back to the OnlyFans shit. Bitches can promote they shit on this app so easily, bro. It's because the algorithm, the way the algorithm works, and that's another problem. You can go research on your own if you want to, but government specifically says that TikTok itself doesn't need to get shut down, but the parent company, ByteDance, needs to change their algorithm. That shit doesn't work in the US. They don't like it. From what I'm seeing, from what I've been seeing using that app, that algorithm ain't shit. It's really just a bunch of Brainrot shit that specifically they want to be pushed out to you. And what it looks like from the outside looking in is a bunch of what I would say propaganda of what maybe China probably thinks about us. And, you know, they're just pushing this shit into the algorithm so that it gets to you easier. You specific, whoever you are as a person, whatever type of content you like to engage with, they'll go to you. The way their algorithm works. That shit, our government don't like that. Along with the whole data collection. Off of that point, gooning niggas who just like to that nasty ass little shit. That's gotta end. That whole thing that has to end. All you niggas out there that have a problem with it, there's no shaming, but we gotta tighten up. We all men. We gotta tighten the fuck up. If this applies to you, tighten up. Gooning. No gooning. I mean, that's not a joke, my nigga. That's not no joke. No gooning. And yeah, that's the problem. TikTok makes it so much easier for everybody to just indulge in this badass habit. Everybody knows it's bad. Everybody knows they want to stop if they got this issue. I'm not gonna say they can't. Actually, not hell. I ain't gonna say you can't, nigga. Yes, you can. But I will say it is definitely harder on a lot of folks. Clearly, with an app that you can engage with on your phone 24/7. Feel me? The way the algorithm is set for an app like that, it's not good for our country. It's not good for nobody's brain. And I would say over the past 4 years, a lot of people, their brains have been rewired the worst way possible because of this app. And probably in a way that it's gonna take a lot of folks, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, to really work on themselves and get back to who they used to be, or whatever the case may be. If they're trying to better themselves and they slowed their progress from the past 4 years, and that app might be a part of it. There's just so many things that go into it. The comparisons of different lifestyles, because all these different influencers, and it just gets people in all these different rabbit holes and endless loops in their life, and they don't realize it. It's all this app. The gooning, it's this app. Along with the data collection, I'm not with that. I'm not getting my social, my email, my name, my number, none of that shit. I don't want none of that just given out. I don't want that shit given out. Not in China. Not by ByteDance. I know it's gonna happen regardless, you feel me? But I'm not gonna give it to fucking another country. That would just be stupid. If it's already being collected here, it clearly ain't affecting me so bad, feel me? But I'm not getting my shit collected by China either. I don't know who the fuck that's going to. Bad take, bad point. But you get what I'm trying to say. Don't be a smart ass. But yeah, that's what it is. The app has too much of a negative effect on everything and everybody to even still be here. That shit is a problem. And actually, I did just see a video about, there was this guy, and this is recent, by the way. There's this guy that, well, I don't know the specific details, but I seen a video. There was this guy, and he sadly committed suicide. The whole situation, there's this restaurant or cafe that was in his area, and it's basically a bunch of women that are wearing bikinis, and they serve coffee. Cafe, a restaurant where people can go into. Just a bunch of women that have bikinis. Drive through, and I guess this man pulled up in the drive-through with no bottoms on, all right, and he had his little thing out. That is honestly a part of my issue, and I'm not gonna say that's because of TikTok specifically, but this man was married with kids. And I can take a good guess that this almost stems from maybe some sort of porn addiction, maybe an OnlyFans addiction, whatever the case may be, that this is where this stems from. Now, this is my complete assumption. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know this man's life or I knew this man or anything, but that is the best guess I can possibly make from this. That's, again, back to my point. This whole thing with normalizing what women do on the internet and just like the OnlyFans and the over sexualization, this shit has to stop at some point for everybody to really be able to change and do better and do what they need to do. A lot of people have been affected by this so badly they don't even realize it. That's how bad it is. They don't realize it. It takes up a lot of their time. They're focused on the wrong things. Their mind's not in the right place. Their relationships can't be the same because their brains are operating a certain way because of the things that they feed their brain, maybe on a daily basis, maybe multiple times a week, whatever the case is. Too much is too much. Too much is too much. Oh, hell no. Trying to hear that? Too much is too much. Anyway, and that's really that whole thing. You don't want to taint your mind with these kind of ideas and all this type of content, because you don't want to have to sit and deal with all these different scenarios and unrealistic things that you're setting in your mind whenever you go to just try and settle down and have simple relationships with anybody or even a conversation. People's social skills have been affected, I have noticed, since this app has become popularized in this country, at least since 2020. Yeah, I know the pandemic has a lot to do with it and yada yada yada, but a lot of people spend a lot of their time online and on TikTok in comment sections and living parasocially, watching everybody else's life around them and barely focus on their own. A lot of people have so much brain fog they don't remember a good piece of their life maybe. That's a problem. We need to fix that, everybody. But once this app is gone and banned, maybe everybody can get the right idea. Really start to get the right idea. I noticed a lot of people aren't getting the right idea moving over to the fucking RedNote app. That's stupid. That's literally a China app. I mean, I get trying to be all rebellious, but that's kind of stupid. That's kind of just like saying, hey, I'll give you my shit for free. I get it was in jeopardy in the first place, but like, here you go. Just to say fuck you to the government. I mean, I get it, but you can't win against the government at the end of the day. If somebody in China gets whatever they want, I mean, who knows? Maybe in 5 years, 10 years, whatever the case may be, you might not be able to buy a car or a house because all your shit was on the dark web. Feel me? Like who wants that? So yeah, that's why I said I'm not getting on that shit. And I'm glad TikTok's getting banned. I don't want shit like that ever happening to me. You know, I'm all about safety, security, especially when it comes to my future. I'm not gonna fucking jeopardize that with letting my information slip through China and an app called RedNote because I feel like being rebellious. That sounds retarded, but you know, everybody can have their own opinion, do whatever you want, but that's just me personally. And that's all I got to talk about. This was a little video about the ban and what's going down in here in a few days, and my hopes of the outcome and things that people need to start being aware of. Self-awareness is key in all of this, because there has been issues with society since this app has gotten popularized. Like, two things that have been normalized should have never been fucking normalized in the first place. And I believe that wholeheartedly on a lot of things. I'm not gonna say, but a lot of fucking things. OnlyFans women included. That's crazy. And they get to promote on an app that's so popular like TikTok, and the majority of the fan base, literally children. The majority of the people that consume content on the app TikTok are kids, less than 18, not 18 plus. TikTok's not an 18 plus app, but 18 plus content gets promoted all over. That's a problem. I'm done ranting. That was all I had to say about the ban. That's just, yeah, I hope shit gets to go the right way. Probably won't. People are probably gonna just get a little bit more slow and start acting very raw over this whole thing because they're mad that their app is getting attacked with this whole freedom of speech thing. Like, I get it, but like at the same time I just don't. But maybe that's just me. I'm done. But thank you for listening. Love y'all. Stay tuned for another one. I don't know when, but it's coming. Trust me, it's coming. Thank you. Goodbye. Mwah.